We
think I
are.
can see out of corner of my eye. Wonderful! Hello, everyone! My name is Arena, or bunniestbunrena, whatever you prefer. And I'm here to present to you Yuppie Psycho. It's a pretty small game, kind of went under most people's radar, but I'm here to show you the glorious things you've been missing out on. Now, before we actually start time, I do have some stuff to do first. And it's something I do have to show, otherwise the run is invalid. Unfortunately. So, we're also going to be showing off one of the game's, well, the game's primary glitch. When you load a save in this game, there's a tiny window where you can interact with the world around you. So, we're going to load a save from a specific area. Well, we're going to try. It is rather precise to do. It's a pretty small window. So, every time I have to do this, it might take a few tries. But this allows us to get menus in places where we should not have them. They'll just be running in the background. Oh dear. Don't worry, it shouldn't take too long.
It's fine.
Really.
Take your time.
Alright. Alright, big money, no whammies. There we go. You'll know when it works. When that specifically happens, when the game fades back in. Now we can get ready on time. So, should I just count you down?
Go ahead.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck.
I'll need it. So, all that rigmarole, those shenanigans, was to initiate an intro skip that, honestly, I don't even fully understand. But, for whatever reason, having that menu up in the lobby just opens these elevator doors. I don't fully know why, but it keeps them open so we can skip a whole bunch of dialogue. Now, a wonderful side effect of this is that we don't get the normal music. The cutscene never starts properly, so we never get the cool intro music as the spooky stuff happens. Instead, you get, well, the cool elevator jazz. Hi, yeah? Thankfully. We get to do that trick again!
How do you
Now-
do it?
Now, while we're here, I guess I can elaborate a little bit on the story. We are Brian Pasternak. We have been mysteriously given a job to Sintracorp, a very famous corporation. We're gonna sign the contract here, and we are gonna unknowingly sign up to be a witch hunter. So, our goal for this game is to take down the witch. Now, the game just did something very silly. It auto-saved us. It's the only autosave in the entire game. But what that means is that we can load that save. Which means we can get elevator buttons again. Wonderful. Now, why would we ever want elevator buttons? Well, to be honest, the most useful thing about that menu is that you can close it. Otherwise, it doesn't serve much of a purpose. Now, when you close a menu, the game's like, oh, you're closing a menu. Since you were in a menu, you probably weren't moving before, so you can move now. It's cool. So we can essentially trick the game into thinking that we can move at any point in time, cutscenes included, by exiting the menu. And I'm sure this guy has plenty of fun stuff to say to us, but we're a bit busy right now. We have some witches to kill. So by just exiting the room before the cutscene can finish, the game's like, just finish the cutscene anyways, you're fine. So we don't have to experience all that dialogue. We're going to be doing this a good few times through the run, in a variety of different ways. Unfortunately, though, we can't skip all cutscenes. We have to sit through some of them. Enter Sintra. Hi, Sintra. She is the source of all problems in this video game, at least for speedrunning. She has the 2 longest cutscenes that we're forced to watch because we can't get elevator buttons to them. And she's also the biggest source of RNG in the entire run. You can lose minutes to Sintra. She's just like that. Unfortunately. So, while we won't be seeing her too much, she will be ruining our day every time we need to see her. Digging cosplay, thank you. And she also pulls us aside for a bunch of meaningless... It's not fun. We can just cut her out the speedrun. That'd be cool. We'll talk about that big source of RNG later. But right now we can talk a little more about the story. We are right now being ordered to go get the Hexenhammer. It's a book about witches, where we are going to find out how to find a witch, how to kill him, and what to kill him with. And with that, we're going off to the archives, and unfortunately, this is where the normal gameplay begins. I know, we do have to play the video game a little bit. It's a shame, but there are some parts we can't just walk over. Thankfully, it'll give you a general sense of what playing this game is normally like. So, we need to get in the library. We need to fill out this forum to get in the library. So we're going to be running around the archives doing a whole lot of stuff. And while we do, we're going to be picking up a few items. Solving a few puzzles along the way. We're going to need every item that we pick up, because unfortunately we can't just go the game without items. There are a few places where we need to kill some enemies and activate some printers. Both of those will be very important. So, this entire archive section is just a general showcase of what the movement looks like. It's actually pretty tight. You can squirm in here. You're not supposed to, but I don't know, there's like a pixel you can just slide right in for whatever reason. You can just squirm on right past here too. And normally when you walk in this dark, or normally when you walk in the dark, Pasternak will get all fussy at you, like, hey, I don't want to be walking around the dark. But for some reason up here, he just doesn't. I guess he's fine with this specific darkness. I couldn't tell you why. But we will have to be hitting every other switch, otherwise he will get mad at us. Pick up another pencil here. We want to be only picking up as many pencils as we need for the run, because going out of your way for items, not great. And thankfully there's a good amount of pencils to pick from. So a lot of this game is getting the route down for your items and stuff. And cutscenes. Thankfully, we're already a decent way through the archives. So I'm going to have to push this shelf a little bit more. Now I'm going to be priming you on something right here. For some reason, saves aren't the only times when the game will let you move, for apparently no reason. I guess it just forgets sometimes. Alright, now we get to show off the menuing, too. The menus actually work pretty nicely in this game. You can... Basically, you hit down to start at the top right part of the menu, and then you can press... right to start at the top left of the menu. You can just navigate from there. A lot of the game, like, a lot of the time saving the game, once you have all the tricks down, is going to be getting your menuing down. Since you can surprisingly lose a lot of time on it. Everyone say hi to Hugo. He's gonna turn out the lights on us. What a mean, mean man. He's technically our boss, not really. But thankfully, we don't get to see a lot of him. But he's normally a nuisance. Actually, coming up to the archives here, just one more thing to do and we'll be out of the boringness. You have another mine here. I saw earlier, these pencils are what kill those mines. There's a few of them. They're actually scattered all over the place, but we only run into a few of them. Wow, dude, that's spooky. I'm getting kind of spooked out here. But thankfully, this marks the end of the archives. We have all our info, and now we have glorious time for donations, and there's basically an extended cutscene we have to sit through.
Alrighty then. We have a $20 donation from OP1970 saying, "Go bunniestbunrena."
Thanks, Dad.
And that's all at the moment, but I can tell you more about the donation we are supporting and what runs are coming up as well. The next runs that we have coming up are Mirror's Edge, with a 2-player, 1 keyboard mouse, any percent, and then after that is a Hades any heat. So those will both be very interesting to see as well.
Oh, wow. Exciting. So this is Sosa. She's also going to pull us over a few times to talk to us. We'd know more about her if we watched the intro. You might hear me say that a lot. There's plenty of characters we probably know more about if we actually watch the intro, but alas, the intro is far too slow, and I don't have time for character development. I gotta go kill a witch. And quite frankly, boss is probably gonna get upset at me if I'm talking for too long, and I'll get upset too. This entire extended cutscene is entirely because of Sintra. We have to go back and get an approval on our form. I think purely just to start this cutscene. I mean, I'm sure it's cool when you're playing it casually. I know it was, but man, when I'm speedrunning this game, I don't got time. Another way, Sintra just ruins this run further and further. Her reign of terror never ends. But I guess we can show off a little bit of something. When you walk into cutscenes, you want to walk into them in very particular ways to make sure that your character moves as least amount as he possibly can, because he forever walks. Well, he walks in cutscenes instead of running optimally, like a true Chad. Sometimes he needs to take a break from walking, but we want to make sure to give him no breaks. So, at least of a break we can give him, the better. So you want to enter certain cutscenes very specifically, just to make sure you're not walking around for no reason. Now, we're heading into the library, finally, since we got the forum all ready and done. So now we can go get our flashlight, but, oh no, this place looks a little too spooky. I'm a little spooked, guys. I don't know. I feel like saving. I mean, who knows what could happen, right? It's a spooky library. I don't want to get caught off guard and lose all my progress. Oh, alright, I feel a little bit safer now that we've dropped a little save. So let's go into the library. This would be an excellent showcase of menuing, since you can pretty easily select these books. Puzzle is always fixed. In fact, a lot of things in this game are always fixed. This game, with very few exceptions, is almost completely static. There are very few elements of RNG in this run. There's maybe one that matters. And don't worry, we'll get there. It's the only one. Aside from that, it's almost an entirely static game. Oh, don't mind me. Now, I did take a little bit of damage there, because, well, I'm a little bit flustered. I wasn't kidding about this library being extra spooky, but, you know, it happens. So, thankfully, it doesn't matter. None of it matters, thankfully. As we're gonna pull some sneaky stuff. But first, here's an actual safety save, just in case. Alright, and... Alright! So, elevator buttons are not the only things you can interact with in the world. You can interact with other things too when you're loading a save. So, we just basically take the Hexenhammer to a different save and completely skip a boss. Oops. Now we get to do the trick again, because we need elevator buttons. Excellent. First try. By the way, get used to that noise, we're going to be hearing it for a little bit. And hearing that noise means we are doing something very good. That means it's working. As that is the sound of the menu in the background. Now, unfortunately, even if we have this menu, we can't skip this cutscene. This is probably the most painful cutscene in the entire game, because it is... We could skip it right now. I could press escape, leave, and just be done with all this, but I can't. There's a more important cutscene that we need to skip right after this. Unfortunately. And through this entire cutscene, I just gotta sit here with elevators in the background, like... just waiting. Hoping. Praying that one day I'll get out of the 2-minute cutscene. Like, it's a little tiring on the fingers. Which, I guess, brings us to the next topic, and I guess one of the actual legitimate issues with this game is speedrun. Text mashing. Oh, by the way, everyone say hello to Colonel Dumont. He's our motivational speaker for the day. He's come to motivate us. If you're not feeling motivated right now, I honestly don't know what to tell you. There's nothing that'll do it for you. But yes, text mashing. There's no easy way to go through text in this game. And the faster you mash, the faster your times are. It saves seconds, which is enough to be a problem. And definitely enough to be a problem because Xboxes for some reason work very weirdly in this game. They seem to act a little different depending on when you press the button to advance them. For some reason, sometimes they take a while, sometimes they're like instant. It's something I can't even begin to comprehend, but it emphasizes the importance of knowing when to take breaks from mashing. Because if your fingers get tired, you're not gonna have a good time playing this game. Wow. We try to answer all those correctly, because, of course, if we don't answer them correctly, Colonel Dumont takes away our money. And it's not fun, but I don't really care about the money. I'm never in it for the money. But it does open another text box, which I have to spam through, which is just categorically slower. And there are a lot of points in this game where you can accidentally Kapora Gabora yourself and accidentally select an option that will give you a loop of text. Now thankfully, we're out of the cutscene, the mashing is over. All those who are covering your ears because my mechanical keyboard is just too loud, well, I'm sorry you're hearing more, but they'll be you'll get a little bit of a break. You grab these sleeping pills for a later puzzle that I wish we could skip, but alas. And we're gonna head to floor 4 to meet our fantastic new friend, Kate. Everyone in chat, say hello to Kate. Hi, Kate. Kate is very important. She's gonna give us a gift. It's the only reason why we're keeping elevator buttons for so long. She's going to give us something magnificent. Oh no, somebody call the HR department. Oh, we broke everything. Ah, no. Oh, no. So, Kate's cutscene here is one of a few. One of two that I believe we know of currently. That gives you these delicious no-clip properties. Now, because we end the cutscene prematurely, the cutscene never ends properly and never hits the trigger to say, hey, maybe you shouldn't be walking on walls now. So, we get to walk all over everyone's desks for the time being. Now I have to go help Doshi here, the IT guy. He's gonna give us a screwdriver for our troubles. We're going to need it. We can't play the game without it, unfortunately. And we are gonna skip half the game. Now, normally you would need some sort of contract to be able to breathe in this dangerous fog. You go into this, like, late game area, because, you know, otherwise you're taking lots of damage, and there's a whole bunch of puzzles here that you have to do. And it's a pretty cool area, actually. But, when you can just walk through walls, there's not... A lot of the challenge of this game gets somewhat reduced when you're able to walk through walls. Also, you can just... The damage just stops. They just never programmed the damage in here. They never thought you'd get this far. Fair enough, I guess. Now, alongside this, we're gonna do another thing. Remember what I showed you earlier about being able to do things, right before or during cutscenes? This is one of those moments. You can initiate this whole sequence way earlier than you probably should be able to. Oh no, you're sleeping on an acid, dude. Oh no. Oh, look away. Alright. And we drain the water. So, by the way, this doesn't actually take away any fog. It doesn't change the game in any way but aesthetics. You will still get hurt if you stay in the room outside here for too long. Because you don't have the contract. Now, real quick here, we're gonna do a pretty important cutscene skip. It's really tight. It's only a few frames. Let's see it. Let's go. Sorry, Kate, we do not have time to talk. I am skipping your cutscene. It works very much in the same way that most of the other cutscene skips work. But instead of getting out of the room with save loading, we instead get out of the room by just advancing the cutscene. So we can skip a whole monologue. It takes like 2 minutes. It's a big cutscene, so it's pretty important to skip. But don't worry, if you were disappointed that we weren't having enough big cutscenes in the game yet, don't worry, I got you covered. As you can hear, Sos is ready to talk to us again. She's hiding out. She's chilling. This is probably the most intense smashing, because you don't get a break. This entire cutscene it's just dialogue boxes on dialogue boxes. All spoken in simplified Chinese, the fastest language. So, unfortunately, we gotta sit through it. Now, remember that big RNG bump that I talked about? Yeah, here it is. We got a keycard. It said R Corvo. We can put it in the PC and go see his PC.
Hey, Rena, your stream has froze.
Oh!
If you could, restart it?
Yeah, hold on. I'm terribly sorry. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. Let me restart OBS. That might do it. We good?
Alright, we're good.
Alright, excellent. So we're gonna enter Corvo's PC. Sorry about that. My
Oh, it's okay.
apologies. And we need to find Sintrun here. Where she is, who knows, but she likes to wander around. And unfortunately, she wanders around randomly. You can try to make it easier, but she just wanders around. But we need her to get a code, and the code is random. So there is no respite. We are looking for Sintra. And she runs away from you faster than you run. So, it's a perfect storm of horrendousness. You just kind of flail around in this corner and pray. Where'd you go? Sintra. Hey, buddy. Come here. Oh, there ye are! There ye be! Come on. Don't just... Come on. 3740. Nice. Alright. And that's the last of the RNG that we gotta see, thankfully. Unfortunately. Yeah, we did just lose 2 minutes. It's 3704, right? Uh-oh. Did I miss the code? Oh, no. Donation guy, I need your help. Do you remember the code? Chat, do you remember the code? I believe in you, people. I thought it was 3704. Oh, crap. Oh no. Chat, I need your help. I don't know if I can find... I could go back and find Sintra again. It might even be more of a... It might even be more miserable. Oh no. Oh no. Chat, I believe in you. You got the clip powers. You got the clip powers, chat. I believe in you.
3740.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's never happened. At least I got 4... At least I got my that's never happened before moment out of the way. So, could have been worse. So yeah, Sintra is in fact the root of all evil in this game. I am sorry to say. But thankfully, we're gone now. We're out of there. Any sort of weird stuff? No longer. We grab this key to open a cemetery. You might ask, why do we need to open the cemetery? We can literally walk through walls. And... Trust me, we can walk through those walls. But, unfortunately, we cannot start the cutscene without the key. So, until we find an epic skip, it's just kind of an inevitability to run. Because we need this owl to fly away. Now we can go use those sleeping pills we got earlier, and go drug a bird. As you do. Don't worry, it's a magic bird. It's a magic bird.
Okay, that's good.
It's like made out of wood or something. I hope. Open up this cute little mausoleum here, and open a grave, as you do. First day of the job, every time. Oh, there's nothing inside but a pair of bells. Ooh, spooky. Now, thankfully, the rest of the run is mostly chill. There's only a little room for error, thankfully. Now, of course, we go into the elevator through the back entrance, and oh hey, it's another one of co-workers. She's here to tell us that we gotta go and throw a party for Hugo, that person who tried to kill us that one time. You know, it happens. Probably just having a bad day, so might as well throw a party for him. It is his birthday, so it's the least we could do. Unfortunately, it's a pretty static scene. There's not much we can do to speed it up, besides epic text matching. So we do have time for more donations.
Okay. Let me see here. All right. Doesn't look like there's any new donations at the moment. But
Oh, new
if you guys-
donations.
But if you guys would like to donate, there is the panel as well as the command as well. If I could spell, right?
All right,
it's
I
going
can't put in
to-
numbers. You're good. All right, we're doing a nice, good job setting up this party, getting all the dishes ready. And I'd say this is a case of good menuing. All the party items appear in the same place in your menu, so they're pretty easy to get to, thankfully. And they're in a pretty easy spot, too, because of the wonderful routing. You can thank me later. Thankfully. Actually, funny story about this. If you go into the elevator again, because you can go into the elevator whenever you want right now, you will soft lock the game. The game has no idea how to handle it. And all the story beats get all jumbled up and you cannot finish the game. It's pretty depressing, but what can you do? Trust me, I want to leave this party, but I just can't. So we gotta be careful pressing the button. Alright. So, hey, buddy, Pasternak, you're not supposed to go in there. You're not supposed to go in the... No, you're not. You're gonna stop lock, dude. Bro! Okay. Okay, thankfully, Pasternak has been stopped from his evil deeds of trying to soft lock the game by a wonderful gentleman who has brought cake, too. What a lovely guy. He just saved the run for us. And seeing as we were so irresponsible with our, out-of-bounds deliciousness, he decides to take them away, as we cannot be trusted with them. Oh? Oh, it has? Oh! I don't... Me either! It was working fine! No! Let me see if I can... that fix it? It did. Cool. At least it's fix it on my end. Are we good? Alright. You're fine. You're fine. I'm chilling. We're all having a good time. It happens. And it could be a lot worse. Alright. This looking good? Showing up okay on my... It usually is just OBS, as per usual. Alright, wonderful. Now, unfortunately, we don't get to walk out of bounds anymore, but it wouldn't be too useful. So we hand over the bread and cheese to Chapman, who we would know if we played the intro, and he burns all 10 grilled cheeses. He made 10 grilled cheeses and burned every single one of them. I'm, quite frankly, very disappointed and very upset. As a grilled cheese connoisseur myself, it's kind of hard to watch, but it's just one of those unfortunate things you have to deal with when you're running this game. You do have to watch the grilled cheeses get burned every single run. It's a bit emotionally draining, and kind of keeps me from grinding it too hard, but what can you do? Oh, hey, look, the IT guy's here! And he has brought with him a wonderful surprise. Alright, we're jamming, we're having a good time. The party was worth it. We got to see the Goshi glow stick dance. It's glorious. Of course, Kate's been having a good time too, so she's like, Bro, what if we kissed in front of the Doshi light stick dance? Just kidding. Unless... Pasternak needs to cool off. Get another drink in his system. He does not know it's alcoholic, unfortunately. And he is going to get very, very drunk. And he's going to say some very, very mean things to Hugo that we will not be reading because it is in simplified Chinese. But for the better, honestly. It gets pretty rude. But unfortunately, Hugo can understand simplified Chinese, so we're in danger. We have accidentally revealed to him that we are in fact a speedrunner. It's not good. He doesn't like them, for whatever reason. And he is going to call us out for it as we try to leave. He's like, I see you. I know. You're a speedrunner. You're trying to finish this game as fast as possible. So why don't you demonstrate how you're gonna finish the game? Show us when to call time. And so of course Kate volunteers to be the witch in this experiment. I don't know, she just really likes being right next to Pasternak, I guess. And Pasternak makes a very bad decision. Oops. The witch has found us. Ah, heck. Everything is ruined. The light stick dance isn't even going anymore. What a travesty. The elevator isn't working. Oh no. So we get him to fix it, because he is the IT guy. So of course he knows how to fix elevators. And, oh hi witch, how you doing? Just stopping by and saying hello. Now, and, so we gotta, balance, this is a pretty hard fight. You gotta balance, looking at Doshi, because he needs to see in order to, fix the elevator, and you need to balance between, fighting the witch and, You can just stand here. I don't know why. This just works. You will get hit, like, maybe 1 out of every 10 times you do this. She'll get real close. She'll get really spooky and scary, but she'll never hit you. It's really unfortunate. I'm sure this was meant to be super cool and tense, and it might have been a fun fight, or like a break, but... Oops. Thankfully, we don't have to stand here for too long. Doshi's pretty quick at fixing an entire elevator. Which, I mean, props to him. I didn't know he had it in him, but no complaints here. Faster the run goes on, the better. Ding dong, it's here. Doshi's like, bro, I can't go with you. You gotta go and stop the witch, bro. And he gives us his keys to his extra special laboratory where he's like stopping the witch, and we're not gonna go there. I'm sorry, Doshi, your sacrifice is in vain. We do not care. I'm sorry. But it was a pretty cool glow stick dance while you were around. Now, of course, the witch doesn't stop. She's just gonna be chilling here for a little bit, trying to kill us. Now, funny story about this segment. There is going to be a person that comes over and says hello and saves us from this predicament. But if you interact with him too quickly, the game soft locks, and I lost world record to that once, and I'm still salty about it. So, wait for the text box, or you will soft lock the game in the most unfortunate place possible. It's like one of the worst places you can soft lock too. This is right at the end of the run. Now we swing on this glorious rope we've been handed. And most of this is just a nice little scripted scene as we run away from the Vavitch. And unfortunately we gotta crawl through a very long and arduous vent as we slowly follow this helpful person who we would know if, well, you know the line by now. Yeah, you've heard me say it. Now, if we had out of bounds by now, if we could somehow find a way to keep out of bounds, We could probably walk through here, or at least take a much more optimal route instead of this windy mess of nonsense. But alas, we haven't found it just yet. What value? Absolutely. I'm getting your bang for your buck. Alright, so... we've entered a very special space. These people are from the USSR. No elaboration needed. Don't need to talk about it. But donation guy, I need your help. I need your help for a little bit. How would you rate the run so far? On a scale of like 1 to 5. What's the run been? Nice.
Yeah.
Alright. How's the marathon been?
It's probably been about a 6 to 7. It's been a pretty good marathon.
Unfortunately, there is no 6 or 7. But 5 will just have to do. And of course, Patson's like, bro, I'm speedrunning right now. I don't have time to answer questions about the marathon. We're a little busy. And it's right near the end of the run. But unfortunately, Pasternak has had just a little too much to drink. Oops. I actually don't know why. Usually there's music. That plays throughout all this. I actually have no idea why it didn't play, and I'm a little scared. This game is unstable. Oh, hey, other Pasternak and Colonel Dumont. Glad to see you're still here. And A-okay. Go in here real quick. Get out as soon as possible. Hello? No worry, I guess. Grab our last bundle of pencils. Oh, hey, Kate. Glad to see you're doing okay, too. Man, I don't know. The Switch seems to be doing kind of a bad job of killing people. They didn't even get my doppelganger. But now we come to the last trick of the run. We drop a hot save here. And we load a previous save. We're off to go get elevator buttons again. Wonderful. Now, the funniest thing about these silly little elevator buttons, actually, they have like an unknown property that we haven't talked about yet. They function as elevator buttons. You can press them and they call the elevator. Now, normally this is somewhat useless, but in this final portion of the game, the elevator is technically out and cannot be interacted with through normal means. But since we have an elevator menu up here, the game's just like, oh yeah, you can call the elevator. You got it up, right? So that elevator's open for us. Normally we'd have to take a long way down, but now Hugo's here to tell us that we're fired. I mean, that's fair after everything we said at the party, but I'm still a little annoyed at it. He's here to tell us that he's CEO and we're fired. So I mean, okay. I mean, I guess we're fired. Not much we can do about that. Time coming up. And... time. Yeah, that's it. We just got fired. Left. Game's over. It's the fastest available legitimate ending.
Very nice.
There's an ending split where, you know, you can go and, like, kill the Vavitch or save your friends. Or you can just get fired. So unfortunately... Now, it's a good run, boys. And, I guess since the run's over, quick few shoutouts. The other active runner right now, who I'm just gonna call Scissor, and Scissor, if you're watching this, you know why. He's the other runner of this game. He found a lot of the tricks that you've seen here, and he's been the general, priming force of getting this game running. We have a Discord server where we hang out. It's pretty chill. I'd like to also shout out my mom, who did, in fact, get this at a thrift store, so we are staying lore accurate. And I'd also like to recommend that if you haven't played this game before, please do. You saw, one half of it, maybe even less. We really did do a lot of legwork in the Out of Bounds section. And there's been even more content added since, version 1.0.0. I'd say in total you've seen like a fourth of the content that you can get right now. DLC is completely free, so I'd recommend you go check it out. And if you want to start running the game, I mean, we're all here. In any case, I believe Mirror's Edge is next, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I gotta go. I think I'm actually getting a call from my work, so I gotta get out of here. So I'll be right back. You guys have fun with Marathon.
And there you have it. That was Yuppie Psycho, done by bunniestbunrena. Next run up is going to be Mirror's Edge, 2-player, 1 keyboard mouse by Hekigan and Meteos, probably. That will be very nice to watch as well. And we do have a couple of donations that have come in. We have Anonymous with a 333 donation. Anonymous says we have a new donation of 333. 20 from Mythchief. Good luck and go fast, everybody. And Shay with 10, saying, cool game, handling all the hiccups beautifully. And after this Mirror's Edge run, we have a Hades Any Heat run by Sin to Win.